Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. I just wanted to provide a quick video as we are coming to the close of our term. I can't believe that we are almost, what is this week? 2 weeks away from the end of our term. With that being said, that's bringing us to the final part of your final project, which is going to be your presentation, which you are beginning to work on this week. Because this is the last element of your project, along with the announcements that I have been sharing, I just wanted to in the video go over that part of your project and also share a couple tips with you and just really bring clarity where you may have questions. So in the beginning of the course, I shared the first part of this video with you, which was the outline of your final project, which we know that the justification of your thesis is, does media reflect culture or does it create culture? And the media channel that you selected is going to answer that question. So all pretty much up to this point is the first part of the presentation, which was all of the written elements which you completed, which was your justification of your thesis, answering this question, your list of scholarly resources, and your outline. And just to quickly go over, your outline is what you submitted last week. And the outline which you created should have justified the content that you plan to use to create your presentation for this week. So pretty much it was a blueprint of what you will be putting together. Each slide that you will use for your presentation, which is part 2, which we're working on this week. So all of the elements that you have compiled up until this point should be included in some kind of way into your presentation because they all kind of tie in. Your topic selection, your everything that you included on your worksheet. It's going to tie into the resources that you've used to compile your paper, and your justification pulls that all together. Your topic, your resources, and then again, the quotes that you should incorporate. Again, all this content, the written content supports your work and just brings substance to your paper. So if we take a look at this diagram, we know at the beginning we were down here and we have worked our way all the way here to part 2, which is your presentation. This week, I want to remind you, is your rough draft. It's not your final submission, but the reason for your rough draft is in order for you to submit it to get review and evaluation from me, anything that I can help you improve on. And also you will get able to provide peer evaluation. So everyone will be able to preview your presentation and then also provide a peer evaluation. And that's just to kind of work together and help each other to provide and improve where we can. So that brings us to part 2 of your final project, which is your presentation. This week is your rough draft of your presentation, and what I'm looking for in that is a rough draft of your presentation slides. Pretty much your outline is going to be the base of what you're probably going to include into your presentation. That was kind of the gist of your outline. So it should be a rough draft of the slides that you feel that you want to incorporate into your final presentation product. That way this will allow me a chance to look over everything to offer feedback before your final submission. Within your presentation, you should be excuse me, including at least 8 to 12 slides. You should include notes. Pretty much speaker notes are kind of what you find at the bottom of like your PowerPoint. I'm going to see if I can pull this down. So kind of here, these are speaker notes here, which if you were giving this presentation in front of the class, kind of what you would be saying. Pretty much this part of the slide speaks for itself, but this kind of gives thorough explanation down here and kind of breaks down everything you want to say. So within your presentation, you should also include notes. If you are not using PowerPoint or if you don't include them here, just make sure that you do include a slide or include notes within your submission. And reference slides. You should, along with all of the elements that you provide, you should also include your resources that you have collected in its own slide, which will be a reference slide, and make sure that, as we've been discussing throughout the course, that your references are cited correctly in APA format. So pretty much 8 to 12 slides. That's going to include easily your presentation, your introduction, terms and concepts, reflects how your media selection, just media channel that you have selected reflects culture, how it creates culture. What I'm running down is just kind of a list. If you want a base of the slides, kind of where you get the 8, I think it's about 8 or 9 by itself that you can include, which will start you off. So a slide on how it reflects culture, a slide on how it creates culture. You should include a slide or two that will include your graphs and visuals, or include those throughout your presentation, but those are definitely slides that you want to include. You want to include a conclusion slide, which is going to pull everything together. You want to have a research slide. Again, as we said, that'll be your research and references. And then your notes, that'll be a slide on its own, or it'll be under, it will be a slide on its own if you don't include it, kind of as I have it here under your slides. So that is what kind of roughly what your presentation should look like this week. Please be sure to review your guidelines and rubrics again, which is going to include and outline all of the elements that you should be including within your presentation. Right here, be mindful of the critical elements that you should present in your rough draft. Please be sure to include all of these in order to make sure that you're providing thorough content to support your topic, your selection, and your discussion. This is also a good section here to refer to if you've never developed a presentation before. Again, I'll understand that, that's fine. But just do your best to create your best work. Reach out to me if you need help at any point. I'll be glad to help you. But this is a good reference to kind of help you if you have never created a presentation before. Again, make sure you are mindful of the critical elements here. I always refer you here because that's what I'm looking for when I go to grade your papers, or like when I look at your presentation, for you to include all of these elements. And like I said, if you follow this is a good 6 or 7 of your slides that you're going to be creating anyway. This is the 10 tips that is a great reference as well on how to make slides that communicate your ideal. So take some time to read and review this. The first point I think is very kind of imperative. It says think about your slides last. And I think that this fits because this is kind of what we've been doing last week, where your outline is probably going to be more important than the slide elements, because you're going to use that outline that you created last week in order to create the slides for your presentation. So these are great references and resources that you can use if you need help. Again, this is Prezi. If you're not familiar with Prezi, it's Prezi.com. This is it's free for you to use if you just want to use the basic features. This is a great online. It's more engaging. If you see how the presentation moves, there is a tutorial. If this is your first time using Prezi, if you want to pull one together on how you use it. They have free templates for you to use. If you opt out of using PowerPoint, if you don't want to use PowerPoint is just fine as well. But this is also a great element too for you to use. Again, feel free to reach out to me. I say that because I want you to know if there's any point that you get stuck or you need help or you need assistance, that's what I'm here for. So I hope that this has been helpful as we move forward. I cannot wait to see you guys' presentation. This is the fun part of the course. I always get excited about this part. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Can't wait to see you guys work. Thank you so much for your hard work throughout the course, and have a great day.